I'm back now. So, like I said, everybody be careful. And also, beginning to see a lot of the so called people on our side showing their true colors. The rest of the people won't notice it, but I notice it immediately. And secondly, they got to come back and say something. They can't help themselves. They just got to say something. You know, and at this point, you really don't need them. It's not like we use them. What I'm saying is, these few. There's just a few channels, right? So I don't need them, right? I can. At this point, either everything is going to happen or it's not. And see, that's what we keep showing. We've been telling y'all for years. Y'all don't understand how things really work. Y'all tried to show us how the world works, air quotes, and that's not how the world works. Y'all were talking about corruption. You tried to make it where you had to be somebody to get things done. It's like, no. And I ain't talking about, like in a company, yeah, you're the supervisor, but a lot of times, the person don't have to, that's the go-to person. But y'all were trying to make it like, yeah, you have to be somebody. Oh, yeah, no, y'all really tried to make that real. And that's literally the whole reason they left England hundreds of years ago. And y'all tried to turn it back into that. It thought you was gonna get away with it by using black folks. And people, yeah, you thought Puffy brainwashed he's like, Puffy ain't brainwashed nobody. You know, like idiots, y'all got rid of the real rappers and you didn't kill them all, but you killed their careers and got rid of the real rappers and left Puffy at the head and thought that was it was the same. You thought these young kids were like us when we was young, and like they're nothing like us. They're still kids. So like, well, y'all know we were teenage age. Our age was teenager, but we were grown men already. That's what y'all mad about. That's why you get mad at me because you can't little boy me. You can't try to It's like, no, okay. You try to do something and it's not gonna stick. And that proves it because think about it. Some of y'all might have 20 years, 18 years experience at a certain job, and that means you're the new type. You don't know nothing about the old school. So to you, you think yeah, I got 20 or even 10 years. 10 years, that means you ain't get hired to 2014. And you set in your ways already and you don't know what you're doing. And it's about the show. All of that is about the show. You know, I don't know. I think I just saw where they tried it. They're mad because I keep, basically I'm not, well, I am winning. I say winning because I'm, old school. I'm rubbing it in. But really, I'm just getting shit done like it's supposed to be done. And they tried to do dirty shit to try to sabotage me. And it's not working no more. One, because I know what they're doing and they can't just whatever, just emotional shit. It's like, no, these are the rules. And you can't put a sick a black woman on me, and I'm getting on her nerves. No, it's like, no, bitch, if I'm getting on your nerves because you don't know what you're doing and you're being exposed and you're used to just telling everybody no, because you're in a position and Democrat cities, you can just tell people to, no, you got to come back then. You got an attitude and they just got to take it, and it's over. They used to. Now we don't have to take it, and all you had to do was just change and learn your job. Shit, go home and study. Let me get this shit down packed. Instead of just getting mad. And then I think they really tried to be like something like they don't trust me. Or they're like, bitch, I'm not one of you. I've been told you that. The fuck you mean? I don't need you to trust me. Now, if you're an employee somewhere, you need to do your job. If you deal with customers, whether you're a government employee, whether you work at McDonald's, you need to do your job. We're not homeboys. We're not crew. The fuck you mean? You spying on me. Y'all need to get that through your stupid ass heads. But the funny thing, now we gonna get to This one is funny. It's not funny. What is funny about the stupid agent? Supposedly, an agent is been arrested
today for sending our message out. So
but this right here, this is not something that proves, this is just like, because even they will be like, he's just one agent, and this is not no big deal. It's almost like they throwing him under the bus. They thought we was gonna jump on it and be like, oh, see, we told you the FBI is corrupt. It's like, nah, because we already know y'all gang plan. We're talking about the spying. Y'all can handle this type of shit on your own. But the funny stuff is like the journalists getting mad at Elon Musk and telling, we're the journalists. Stop it. You can't say you're a journalist. And, you know, it's like, first of all, they're like, oh, it's not easy to do what we do. You mean lie? Yeah, that isn't easy. I couldn't do it. Even just looking in the camera, how the news people do, CNN, how the fuck, and you're telling a straight up, bold faced, bald, whatever you want to call it, lie. And they're scared because he's gonna buy Twitter, or supposed to, and they're trying to make it, so what they hope they thought they can make it where he couldn't buy it, but there's nothing they can do. They're just wrong. I mean, it's like these fools really don't understand. It's over. They still, it's like but like that's what I'm telling everybody. We got 30 days. I mean, a little bit, 40 days or something, that we get clean house.
What I love about being a home inspector is I can set my own hours. It was voting and supporting Harris was really voting against Trump, and everybody who was voting for Trump was voting for Trump. So she had all this money coming in. She had all these consultants, and if you don't run the ads, you don't get paid for the buy. They were running ads in Florida, where I live, nonstop, and I'm like, why? I mean, are they running them in Alabama and Idaho too? To Elon Musk is
Yeah, here's the guy. Yeah, he's all mad.
Person can do this. Local independent journalism is the new media. That is what's really driving these people mad.
And the thing is, how they keep letting us know, because we're smarter than them, that they think we're too stupid to check them, and that's why they keep saying, they basically, what they keep saying is, we need them to tell us what's true, and we won't check it. They still believe that we'll just listen to them and won't do our own, even out of the fact that we just the article or the report wasn't long enough, so we want to check more. That's another thing, how we find out the truth, because we're actually interested what they're reported in, and so we go look it up even more so we can talk about it. So when you go tell your people, you want to know more than just what the reporter said, and you want to be able to show them more. Not just his report. You want to show, oh, this is what this says. So I went to this site right here. Blah blah blah. I did this. I did that. I did this. Because you don't want them. Yeah, and that's how I always been. Years ago, decades, I didn't want them thinking, oh, you just repeat it. Oh, you just believe. Remember that back then? Oh, you just believe everything you hear on TV. That's what they would get mad at me, because, oh no, it's like, no, I already looked it up. I already went to the, this and that. And that was before the internet.
See how upset they are by it. Watch as the CEO of Axios last weekend, a few days ago, loses his mind over this. Roll the tape. Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on.
Everything we do is under fire. You lied to everybody. You need, I don't care, because, it's just journalism. Okay, well, not just canceled. They need to be in prison because they were trying to sway an election.
Twitter every day, or X today, saying like, we are the media. You are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media.
Bullshit.
You having Having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of
He's
cleverness
mad for real.
doesn't make you a reporter. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an...
Yeah, what do they think this having this punk talk shit popping off? Like, bitch, somebody ought to, you know, I bet you won't say that to nobody face, little punk ass.
opinion. You do it by doing the hard work. Yeah, come on, slow clap, Admiral.
Look at all these Democrats, slow
The
clap.
topic being discussed on CNN last night was Elon buying MSNBC. Their panel stuffed with these far-left commentators saying he can't buy it. First, he doesn't like being regulated. That was their first argument. And he wouldn't dare buy the network because he'd have to deal with the FCC, which is false. Cable TV isn't even regulated the way broadcast channels are. Then when Scott Jennings, the only contrarian voice on the panel, explains why Elon buying MSNBC would be a good thing, that he'd likely bring balance to the network the same way he did with X, pointing out this new survey that just dropped that showed X is now the most balanced social media site on the internet. Well, the panel jumps down his throat. Even the anchor jumps in to ask, where are you getting these facts from? Well, the answer Scott Jennings gave was a mic drop moment. Watch this.
Also, I heard what you're saying about X. I saw a survey this week. It's now the most ideologically balanced user platform.
Scott,
of any
stop.
platform.
You see how they get the black woman to try to, you know, that's what you see in real life. I mean, regular life, we all see that too. If you got a black person, a black woman behind the counter, and her company gave you bad service, she'll just try to shut you off. You know, yeah, like listen to what she says.
Stop. It's too early. I just said that.
Yeah, it's too. Remember, I've been saying it. Remember, I told you that's why I said I stopped working at the warehouses, because usually it's a lot of them with these, especially like an Amazon or something, or anywhere, even just a local warehouse. This is exactly, and you're trying to get something done and you got a legitimate complaint. Stop. If you're not one of the house niggas, you know, remember I told you, y'all just like my children. Remember, that's exactly what I was talking about. You see how, and so they can't get mad if we don't want to hire black women. And now you with black women who ain't like that, you just got to blame them if you got to. Remember how women, period, of all races, I got to be better than the boys, be better than all the men. No, if you're a black woman, it's because of chicks like this, you got to prove yourself that people already got a bias against you. Nobody wants to work on it. And if you're a supervisor, you know your employees ain't going to want to work under a chick like this. It's too early, Scott. It's too, no, stop.
I've only been here for 2
You're gonna
minutes.
be
You
embarrassed when I
can't.
Oh, Scott, I'm on my period. You just like my children, you know, shit like that.
What is the source of that?
What I find, we reported it on this network.
It's not accurate, and you know it.
Okay, I'll let you make your statement.
Can I,
but my point is
can I
this.
reframe it a different way? Because the site changed radically, right? So whether you think
At
their
least
voice
she tried to say something, you know, instead of the, no, Scott, it's too early for, no, I don't need, you know, at least she tries to sound intelligent.
Okay, I'll let you make your statement.
Scott, can I,
but my point is
can I
this.
reframe it a different way? Because the site changed radically, right? So whether you think the voices it is somehow more balanced now, that's fine. But no doubt Musk's influence is profound, and that you open it up and now you're there with his opinion, and he is now part of this administration. So
Do you keep deleting slot games one after another? Well, here is one game that you won't want to delete.
now part of this administration.
So one of the big reasons he bought Twitter/X is because he wanted to make it his own platform, remake it in his own image. And I think this really gets at it. Look at this. The party ID among those who regularly use X.
So that's what he's talking. You saw that it's basically even. And that's what she was talking about. Scott, no, you know, it's that's their own company, CNN or whatever. It was MSNBC. So that's what we're talking about. So
And I think this really gets at it.
CNN. But see, that's the whole reason for them, and like YouTube deleting comments and banning people, because they don't want they want to be able to just be like, no, look, I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired of, you know, whatever. But they started it. First of all, see, that's what I said. The same shit. Like I said, y'all slap somebody and then try to be, you know, whatever. You don't want the repercussions. Just like another thing, they keep talking about Trump gonna come after them and it's just retribution. We were just doing our jobs, and everybody knows you were not doing your jobs. And they still, it's like they won't even stop lying to this very second. They won't stop lying. They just keep on with this bullshit about, oh, he's coming after us because for no reason. Yeah, we ain't do nothing. And like everybody's saying, one, like I said, it's like they're listening to me. Really, I'd rather it is that they really believe what they're saying, that, you know, it has to be done for the future. So they won't try it again. So no group will try it again to do what these fools did. It's like there has to be repercussions. And people have to know, you can't try, you can't go, not in this country, you can't go after people. A political opponent. You can't use judges and cops and lawyers to go after a political opponent. Because first of all, if they actually did something, that's just a regular investigation. But, you know, just making up shit.
The holidays are all about being together, even when some of us can't make it.
Today, a new development yet again. We have learned that Jack Smith has dropped this case against the federal case and federal interference charges against Donald Trump associated with J6.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
Good day. We're coming on the air with breaking news about President-elect Donald Trump. The Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith just filed a motion to dismiss the federal criminal case against the president-elect over his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. The news comes after NBC News learned the justice.
And see, people, a reporter like that, you know, over his efforts to overturn. See, that's slander. That's slander right there.
Vindictive woman who is about to have her case thrown out of the Court of Appeals any second now. Like literally could happen when I'm on this show. And yet this is
listen to these.
opposite. Howie Kurtz, whom I used to work with over at Fox, has a media show. He interviewed President Trump just a couple of weeks before the election. And President Trump said, actually, I'm not interested in that. Like, this is not about revenge. I don't need to go after people for this reason. But, you know, and he's nice about it. But I would just say maybe Pam Bondi isn't as nice about it, right?
Well, I was a prosecutor. I was a homicide prosecutor for
This is not, I mean, like, people like us, Trump, all of us, like me, I'm not going after no, you know, I've been told you. And you see the new video, every new video I make is, what do I title it or talk about? They just won't stop. Like, I ain't even paying attention to them, but then they'll sit, all of a sudden I'm driving and they all up on my ass, or, you know, somebody will turn in front of me on purpose. And then, like I said, they start smiling and smirking, you know, shit like that. Like, what are you going to do? You know, other than that, because that's what I'm saying. They have to get my attention because I'm not paying attention to them. I'm not trying to get revenge. You're done. It's over. All the dirt you did, it's for nothing. You wasted time and money. You wasted a whole bunch of money. Time is money. You wasted millions of dollars trying to stop me, and all you did was make me better. So I ain't coming to get, but with Trump, it's not just coming because of what they did to you and your family. People have to know in the future, there's consequences for stuff like that.
18 years. I was Florida's first female attorney general, and I was
Well, look, look,
in
this,
the Department of Justice.
look at this old witch.
Like, she's already made it clear that this is not cool, what went down. And I suspect Pam has a lot of questions, and she's going to demand answers, which they're already setting up for, and they're really, really worried. This woman on MSNBC says if
And another thing, like it was saying, that she could hire Matt Gaetz to work with her or work for her. You know, so and like I'm my theory, all this investigation, they knew the whole time that if he picked him, that they was going to come after him, and this and that and da. I think they did it on purpose to get, you know, the final nail in the coffin, not just the Democrats, but for the rhinos, the fake Republicans, Mitch McConnell and his gang, you know.
offense is going to be really bad. Watch.
Well, so let me ask you very directly. Are you concerned for Jack Smith under a new Justice Department? Are you concerned for the people who worked with him on this case?
Well, some of the Trump's supporters are suggesting that there should be retaliatory measures taken against the lawyers in the Department of...
Even if you're thinking like that, that means you know you were doing something dirty in the first place. Because if I was doing my job, I would not be on the air and thought, oh, they're going to come get me. Like I said, and they see it. They've been watching me. They know what I would do. I would just cite the law. I would just be like, no, I did my job. I wouldn't have any sane person. You would not have to do what she's doing right now. Whoever the fuck this crazy bitch is, represented for Democrat from California, you would not be worried about it. If you know you did your job, I would be screaming, the high heaven, letting everybody look, this is the statute I whipped. Look at the evidence, da-da-da-da. They're not doing that. Why aren't they just putting the evidence out there to the public? Because there was none. I would not be worried about retaliation. If they swear they was just doing their job, then what are you worried about? I would, see what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear, no, he's going to, no, because we know that's what you did. You tried to skirt the law. You thought you were in power and going to stay in power and be tyrants. And it's not working.
Justice for doing their job. That would be extraordinary.
For doing
and a
their
real
job.
misuse of power and a subversion of the rule of law. So we'll see whether, President Biden preemptively pardons people who would be wrongfully charged. Who knows? But to use...
it is like Biden's supposed to be in prison.
Levers of power in a revenge mode, which is what Trump has suggested, is a misuse of presidential authority and a subversion of the rule of law.
Actually, he hasn't suggested that. He, in fact, said the exact opposite. Howie Kurtz, whom I used to work with over at Fox, has a media show. He interviewed President Trump just a couple of weeks before the election, and President Trump said, actually, I'm not interested in that. Like, this is not about revenge. I don't need to go after people for this reason, but, and he's nice about it, but I would just say maybe Pam Bondi isn't as nice about it, right?
Well, I was a prosecutor. I was a homicide prosecutor for 18 years. I was Florida's first female attorney general, and I was special advisor to Donald Trump, Office of White House Counsel, but most importantly, I'm his friend.
And I think as a friend, she's wondering, and by the way, as an American, what was that really about? I mean, I worry about it as American, and as an American, I say, if they can go after you, and there's no, they're there, but they can go after you in order to try and beat you down, is that some kind of fear tactic that they're employing? And don't we kind of need to be making sure that that doesn't ever happen again? Either side, right? Because you could flip the tables, and it could be Donald Trump doing that to Democrats as easily as it could be Democrats, as it was, doing it to Donald Trump. So from the perspective of, as a nation, don't we need to understand what really went down and just ensure that we don't do that to political candidates that the establishment doesn't want or doesn't like? We can't do that kind of thing. That actually, to me, is sort of worthwhile to explore. I want to know exactly what went into the decision making to bring all these cases about. Here's a representative from California telling, I guess this is MSNBC or CNN, I don't know, I get them mixed up sometimes these days. Anyway, going on about how this is going to be so bad, retaliation, etc.
Since we fired up Tremendous, kind of seems like nothing's in.
I get them mixed up sometimes these days. Anyway, going on about how this is going to be so bad, retaliation, etc.
And as you know, former Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz is out. Pam Bondi is in for Attorney General for President-elect Trump. She has been quoted in recent months as saying that the investigators should be investigated inside the Justice Department, inside the federal government. When you hear those,
it also was kind of should have been troubling, and I think it was the fact that they keep acting like they can't get investigated. Anybody who's worked for the military, whatever, nobody's above getting investigated. The shit they kept saying and keep saying, like they're just infallible. They're superhuman. You know, anybody know? Yeah, and they'll be the first ones to say, "Well, everybody makes mistakes." Okay, so why are y'all? And we're not. We know y'all didn't make a mistake. You done it on purpose. But the fact you keep saying that there's no such thing as investigating the investigator, that right there should be a big red flag to everybody. They trying to make that the norm. Well, they tried to, and it's not going to be. It failed.
Comments. What's your reaction to that?
Well, they're concerning, and I think that she should be asked these questions at a hearing. But my hope is, I think the American people want to turn the page. They want to focus on solving their problem.
Yeah, you see, that's another thing they thought would work. Maybe it was a backup plan. American people want to turn the page. Meaning, okay, so like I said, basically you slap the American people. Hey, no, forget about it. We're going to turn the page now and let it go. Just let it go. Come on. And like, you know, we all know what they did. They fucked up the economy. So yeah, they're hoping that wasn't part of the plan, but now they're trying to brainstorm. Well, don't y'all just want to make things better? So let's just make things better. And first of all, like, why is nobody going down for fucking up the economy and closing the pipelines and making us energy dependent on foreign interests? You know, that right there should be security, national security. Just like if somebody else is in charge of your gas and your electricity, your gas for your car, your food, in your houses, you got to ask somebody else. We got to ask.
On inflation, on the cost of groceries and rent, on a secure border with a humane immigration policy. That's why they elected President Trump. I don't think they want the Donald Trump to go politicize the judiciary or Justice Department.
No, it's not politicized. It's like, no, y'all committed crimes. Don't try to play it off. Yeah, get away with it. Oh, he's gonna politicize. No, y'all politicized it. That's why you going to prison.
Even if he believes that it was politicized against him, which I reject, but I think people really want us, the country, to move on. And I think that those questions need to be asked. Who is she?
So,
come on, man. Can't we all just get along? Come on. No, man. No. See what I'm talking about? That's the type of punk shit. You pull some shit, and now your ass caught. Now it's like, oh, no, man. Come on, Kim. You know, I thought you just wanted to squash everything. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's say two crews in the neighborhood, they got a truce, but this shit start going bad. Then they find out what's really going on, that one of them, one crew, whatever, is still doing the bullshit. And now but I thought you wanted to, to stop all the violence between us. Yeah, we did, but you violated.
Maybe people want us to move on. Everybody obviously wants lower inflation. Everybody wants.
And another thing, we're not like y'all. We can multitask. Get over it. You see, y'all remember when y'all was being lazy, getting mad at me because, oh, you need to slow down. I told you. Another thing I kept telling y'all for years. You gotta be slow down. They get mad at me, tell me to slow down, and like, nope. And I wasn't doing it to make y'all look bad. I'm telling you, this is just the way I was taught to do things. You just because you can't do multiple things at once, don't mean we got to lower down to your standards. We got to lower ourselves to your standards.
Enjoy the party, but simultaneously, I do think that people want to say, hey, what just happened? What were those 4 years really about?
So, yeah, that's what multiple departments are for. The DOD, they're not going to, Pam Bondi, she's not supposed to be fixing the economy anyway. She's supposed to do her job. So it's like, see, that's another stupid shit y'all keep saying. Well, I think people just want to turn the page. No. We could turn the page. But Pam Bondi, she's not an economist anyway. So what's she supposed to be doing? Just sitting around twiddling her thumbs? No, she coming after y'all corrupt motherfuckers. And that's the end of it. So get over it. You got 2 months. Flee the country. Him, that dude, they was just talking. We need to just turn the page, man. Come on, man. Can't we just turn the page? Come on, bro. Let's just turn the page, man. Please, bro. Please, I'm sorry, bro. That's basically what they saying. That's what Democrats are doing, man. Come on, man. Please, man. No, you don't understand, man. Oh, man, my wife was gonna leave me. No, man. Yeah, but why you had to screw me over, man? You ain't had to fuck me over because your wife was. But no, you wouldn't help me, man. I asked you to let me borrow the money, and you said you would. Yeah, because you always fuck up. And see, you fucked up again, right? You know, that's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds like. Some shit like that's the Democrats right now. This guy right here, like the hope is, yeah, bro, you need to just flee the country. You know, just a whole bunch of Democrat congressmen just flee to wherever.
Judiciary or Justice Department, even if he believes that it was politicized against him, which I reject. But I think people really want us, the country, to move on, and I think that those questions.
And you can't say, "Well, that's cause see, that's what y'all know," because I wouldn't have did. I told you that I wouldn't have did no corrupt shit like that. Ain't no way the hell, you know it.
Yes, who is she?
So maybe people want to.
Remember, that's why y'all kept telling me sometimes I was too nice and blah 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 blah, wishy-washy, whatever. It's like, nah, that's just dumb. Remember? Yeah, now you trying to flip it again. Yeah, you can't have it both ways.
Wants lower inflation, everybody wants to enjoy the party, but simultaneously I do think that people want to say, hey, what just happened? What were those 4 years really about?
And y'all would believe me. I explained to you. I said, you know, that shit ain't gangster what y'all talking about. They really ain't. Like I said, what y'all trying to do is cowardly. Y'all just I told you wouldn't do it. You just got to do it. And you're like, well, you wouldn't. I don't want to do it. Remember, I told you, I really had no desire to do what y'all do or take over or be over people or punk people out. I don't, you know.
We deserve some answers on that. Quick reminder, one of our great sponsors here on the show. We love our sponsors, right? Because they help make this.
But anyway, let me go handle some more business. These clowns just won't quit till they learn the hard way.